Okay, so basically if you see in a CT scan, if you take in a CT scan, what basically happens is basically you have a gantry. This is called as a gantry. That's what I wanted you people to draw actually. You'll have something like a gantry, and here the patient will be placed. The patient will be placed over here. Okay, so what actually happens is here you have this gantry. I didn't expect any other thing. This is a basic thing I expect. So you'll have a gantry, and you'll have an X-ray tube. You will have an X-ray tube that is going to rotate. This X-ray tube will rotate around this gantry. Okay, and you'll have a line of detectors. You'll have a line of detectors throughout this gantry. You'll have detectors. Okay, so what essentially happens is, for each X-ray that is going to pass, it is going to fall on this object, that is the human body, and the shadow of it, that it is going to be captured by a detector. Okay, say when this is in this position, your X-ray tube is in this position, it is going to give out a X-ray, it is going to pass through the body, and here you have a detector which is going to capture it. So all throughout this gantry you will have good number of detectors, and this X-ray tube will be rotating around this axis. Okay, this is the main part of your X-ray CT scan machine. Okay, so if you have what I mean to say is, you have a source of X-ray that is coming in, it passes through the body, and at the end you'll have a detector which is going to fall. It is a film kind of thing which you're going to get the output that is recorded. Fine. So whatever be there in this body, the X-ray is going to pass through the body. X-ray is going to be passing through this body, and it is going to be superimposed. Okay, it is going to be superimposed. So in the இடத்துல வந்து ஒரு you can have different tissues. Okay, say you can have a bone tissue, you have a different tissues. So whatever be the tissue in between the path of the X-ray, everything is getting superimposed. Okay, based upon how much your X-ray is getting attenuated or transmitted. It will tell you about how much your X-ray is attenuated or transmitted. Okay, so attenuation உங்களுக்கு கம்மியாக வரப்போகுது, எக்ஸ்ரே கம்மியாக வெளில போகும். டிரான்ஸ்மிட் ஆகிடுச்சுன்னா ஃபுல்லாக உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்ரே போயிடும். போன்னா அட்டுனேட் ஆகிடும். சாஃப்ட் டிஷ்யூஸு, வாட்டர் டிஷ்யூஸ்லாம் எக்ஸ்ரே வந்து ஃபுல்லாக பாஸ் ஆகிடும். ஓகே, ஸோ இப்படி கிடைக்கக்கூடிய இந்த இமேஜ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, ஸோ இப்போ இது வந்து ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் தான். இது வந்து எக்ஸ்ரேயில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த மாதிரி மட்டும்தான் உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். பட் நம்ம சிடியில் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இந்த ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன், இப்படி ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன், இப்படி ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன், இப்படி ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன், இந்த மாதிரி 365 டிகிரிலையும் நம்ம எடுக்கிறோம் ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன். அப்படி கிடைக்கும்போது அந்த வரக்கூடிய இமேஜ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த இமேஜில் இருக்கக்கூடிய இண்டிவிஜுவல் எலிமெண்ட்டை நம்ம பிக்சல் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல மாட்டோம். நார்மலாக கிடைக்கக்கூடிய 2 டைமென்ஷனல் இமேஜில் கிடைக்கக்கூடிய விஷயத்தை தான் நம்ம வந்து பிக்சல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். வாட் எவர் த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் தட் யூ கெட் ஃப்ரம் த சிடி, யூ கால் இட் ஆஸ் வாட் செல். You call it as what cell. It is called as volume element. You call it as volume element. Okay, so this is what happens in your CT. So in your CT, what you're trying to get is, since you're getting 365 degree projection, the resultant is going to be a 3D image, whereas in your CT normal X-ray it is an 2D image. Normal X-ray, whatever you get is a 2D image, whereas in your thing, whatever you get in your CT is your 3D image. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is your CT, which is going to have a 3D image, whereas your X-ray is going to have a 2D image. And here you represent it as what cells, here you represent it as pixels. Okay, now you take your source. I'll just again put my source. This is my X-ray source. this is my X-ray detector. Okay, this is my X-ray detector, and this is our human body. This is our human body, and X-ray has to pass through this human body. Okay, so at each point, okay, at each point, I just put it as different color, green color. So here this unit volumes, you call it as Oth cells. This unit volume, you call it as Oth cells, where the X-ray attenuation or the transmission will take place. Okay, now what you are going to see is so there's going to be attenuation across these Oth cells. Why we consider this as Oth cell is these are volume elements and not pixel elements. Okay, so since you are taking it in 365 degree, you get a volume element. This is what we have seen. Now we'll try to represent this a very small matrix. Okay, so we are going to assume that your skin is, or a particular tissue is having these particular attenuation factors. Okay, I'm just assuming some values 5, 8, say 3, 2. Okay, what this means is ஒரு டிஷ்யூல இந்த 4 எலிமெண்ட், அதாவது எக்ஸ்ரே பாஸ் ஆகும்போது, இந்த எக்ஸ்ரே இஸ் பாஸ்ட், 2 indicates it is less attenuated, 8 indicates it has more signal, it is getting more signal, this is less signal. Okay, 3, 5 in between. So you put it in reverse actually. 8 is like you're getting maximum output, it is like transmitted or less attenuation. 2 is it is more attenuated, so you're getting very less value. Okay, so in between you can have 3 and 5 values. Okay, that's what it is happening. Now this is represented by a value called mu. Mu actually tells you about what is the level of attenuation. What is the level of attenuation is given by a factor called nu. Now we are going to see it. Now we are going to, this is the actual body structure. Okay, this is the actual body structure. We are going to get back this particular attenuation. We are going to identify what is this tissue. So அதாவது 2 இருந்தா ஒரு particular tissue, 8 இருந்தா ஒரு particular tissue, 5 இருந்தா ஒரு tissue, 3 இருந்தா ஒரு tissue. இது வந்து actual tissue ஓட composition. இதை நம்ம வந்து கண்டுபிடிச்சாகணும். இதை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம் அப்படின்னா, எக்ஸ்ரேவை முதல்ல 0 டிகிரியில் விட போகிறோம். என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம், எக்ஸ்ரேவை முதல்ல 0 டிகிரியில் விடுறேன். 0 டிகிரியில் எக்ஸ்ரே விட்டோன்னு என்ன ஆகுது, இங்கே என்னென்னலாம் காம்பவுண்ட் இருக்கோ அதெல்லாம் சூப்பர் இம்போஸ்ட் ஆகி இந்த பக்கம் நமக்கு கிடைக்கும். என்ன கிடைக்கும்னா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த 8ம் 5ம் 1 ஆகிடும். ஸோ 13, இந்த 3யும் 2யும் 1 ஆகிடும், 5. ஓகே, I am sending the X-ray in the 0 degree. I am getting this sums. Okay, now I will send my X-ray at 45 degrees. So இது வந்து 0 degree projection, இது 45 டிகிரியில் ப்ரொஜெக்ஷனில் அனுப்புகிறேன். இப்போ என்ன ஆகும் பாருங்கள், இந்த 8 அப்படியே இருக்கும், this 8 will remain as such, this 5 and 2 alone will get added up, so you will get 7, this 3 will be remaining as such. Okay, ஏன்னா இந்த டைரக்ஷனில் வருது, எக்ஸ்ரே வந்து இப்போ இந்த டைரக்ஷனில் வருது. This is my second projection along 45 degrees. Now I'll go for the third projection. Third projection is at 90 degrees. Third projection is at 90 degrees. What will happen? These two will get added up, 8. Just a minute. So these two will be getting added up, 8. These two will be adding up, it is 10. Okay, this is my third projection across 90 degrees. Now I'll go for the fourth projection. My fourth projection is in this direction, which is at 135 degrees. Okay, my fourth projection. Now what will happen in my fourth projection? These two will get away as such. This 8 plus 3, it becomes 11. This you have 5. Okay, these are the values you get from the projection. So far, how many projections we have used? In this example, so far how many projections we have used?
4, sir.
Okay, 4 projection. Okay, so 0, 45, 90 and 135. Now what we are going to do is, each projection we are going to make it as a 2D matrix. Each projection we are going to make it as a 2D matrix. So first projection is 13 and 5. Okay, so we'll make 13 and 5. So this is my 13 5. I'll make a copy of it, 13 5. This is my first projection. Now I will take the second projection. The second projection is, okay, this one, that is 8 3 will be there, these two will become 7 7. Okay, you're sending it as such, so it is getting added up 7 7. Okay, now what I do is that this first and second I'm going to add together. Okay, it is not actual adding, it's kind of a filtering actually. We'll do it, we'll tell you later. Now just we are going to do an operation of adding these two projections. Okay, I'm adding these two projections, that is 1 and 2. I'm just adding up. If I add my 1 and 2, so I'll be having, so 13 plus 8, 21. So this is 20, and this is 8, this is 12, right? This is my 1 plus 2 addition. Okay, now we'll go for the third projection. What is the third projection? That is in 90 degrees. Third projection, I'll just put the reference matrix for our purpose. What is the value we have taken? 5382. 82 is the original matrix. Okay, so our third projection is along this direction, 90 degrees. So it is 8 8 10 10. That's what we have written here, 8 10. Okay, so you get 8 8 10 10. Okay, so I'll just put it like this itself, if this is convenient. Okay, 8 10 8 10. Now what we do is that the result that we got from the previous, say I'll just put it as A, this result I'm going to add it with 3. This result is added with 3. So what is my 8? A 20 21 8 12. A is 20 21 8 and 12. Okay, so 20 21 8 and 12, we're going to add these two. Okay, so we'll get 28, this is 31, this is 16, this is 22. Okay, so I'll just put it as 4, or 4 is projection actually. I'll put it as B. This is my result B. Okay, well, what is the fourth projection? We'll take the fourth projection. Fourth projection is along this direction, 135 degrees. Okay, so the fourth projection is 5 and 2 will remain same, this 2 will change, 8 plus 3 11. Okay, so it is 5 11 and 2. 5 11 and 2 is my fourth projection. Now these two will be added, 4 and B will be added. We're going to see what is the result we are going to get. So 28 plus 5, it's 34. 33. Okay, 33. This is 42. This is 27. This is 12, right? This is 22. This is 22. Okay, so it is 24. Okay, so 28 plus 5, it is 33. 31 plus 11, it is 42. 16 plus 11, it is 27. 22 plus 2, it is 24. This is the resultant matrix we get. Okay, so now what we'll do is that we'll take the first projection value. What is the first projection value? 13 and 5. The first projection value is 13 and 5. I just get the sum of 13 and 5, it is 18. Okay, so I get the first projection value, it is 18. I'm going to subtract 18 from all these things. Okay, totally we had 4 projections. I am taking the first value alone now, which is 18. I subtract it from all the 4 elements. So what is the value I would be getting? So 33 minus 18, it is 15. 42 minus 18, it is 24. 27 minus 18, it's 9. And 24 minus 18, it is 6. Okay, so that's the resultant we get after subtracting the first projection value. First projection was 15 and 3. Okay, our first projection is 13 and 5. Sorry, 13 and 5. So the sum value is 18. I am subtracting the first projection value from all the 4. Remaining, how many projections we have? How many projections we have remaining? First projection value na eduthutten.
3.
Remaining 3. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll put it as 3. I'll put it as 3. So I'll divide by 3. So I'll be getting 5, 8, 3, 2. Okay, this is the matrix we started with. Okay, this is the matrix we started with. We want to get this value. இதான் ஆக்சுவலாக அந்த டிஷ்யூவோட காம்போசிஷன். இந்த டிஷ்யூவோட காம்போசிஷனை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா, ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் எடுக்கிறோம், செகண்ட் ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன், தேர்ட் ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன், ஃபோர்த் ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன். 4 ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் எடுத்து இந்த 4 ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் வேல்யூவும் ஆட் பண்ணி அதுலேருந்து ஃபஸ்ட் ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் வேல்யூ முதல்ல சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணிவிட்டு மீதி இருக்க 3 ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் வேல்யூவும் டிவைட் பண்ணுறோம். ஓகே, அண்ட் யூ கெட் பேக் யுவர் ஒரிஜினல் ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன். ஓகே, ஸோ இந்த டிஷ்யூவை இப்படி தான் நம்ம ஆக்சுவலாக சிடி ஸ்கேனில் பண்ணுறோம். சிடி ஸ்கேனில் என்ன பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா, each step your actual body is there. Okay, I'll just use this. Your actual body is there. We want to identify what is the composition of this body. இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய பிக்சல் வேல்யூ நான் கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். இதை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா, எக்ஸ்ரேவை இதில் நான் வெறும் ஒரு 3 ஆக்சிஸில் மட்டும் கொடுத்தேன். 3 ஆக்சிஸில் மட்டும் இல்லாமல் 365 டிகிரிஸ்லையும் இந்த எக்ஸ்ரேவை பாஸ் பண்ணுறோம். You pass the X-ray in 365 degrees projection. Then வந்திருக்கக்கூடிய ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் எல்லாத்தையும், ஸோ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இதில் வந்து ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன்ஸ் 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது. இந்த 12 ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன்ஸ் அந்த வேல்யூவையும் ஐ ஆட் அண்ட் ஐ டூ அ ப்ராசஸ். திஸ் ப்ராசஸ் இஸ் கால்ட் ஆஸ், யூ கால் இட் ஆஸ் பேக் கிரவுண்ட் ஃபில்டரிங். ஓகே, or back propagate filtering. Okay, that's called as back propagate, back projection. It's called as back projection filtering. You do a method called as back projection filtering. அதான் நம்ம சிம்பிளாக வந்து ஒரு 2x மேட்ரிக்ஸ் மட்டும் எடுத்து எப்படி வந்து இந்த 2x2 மேட்ரிக்ஸ்லேருந்து வாட் இஸ் த லாஜிக், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்டோடைய எஸ்டிமேட்டை வந்து மைனஸ் பண்ணோம், மீதி இருக்கிறத 3 டிவைட் பண்ணி யூ காட் த ஒரிஜினல். ஓகே, ஸோ this method is called as back projection filtering. Okay, so using this particular algorithm you are getting the final attenuation matrix. You are getting the final attenuation matrix. In the attenuation matrix you are developing as your CT image. This is what comes out as your CT image. Okay, so இங்க இருக்கிற ஒரு element என்ன, Watt cells. Each element are Watt cells and not pixels. Okay, so that's what you get in a CT image. So this technique is called as back projection filtering. So அதாவது ஒரிஜினலாக ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இருக்குது, அதை பற்றின ஸ்டடி நமக்கு தெரியணும். வாட் இஸ் இன்சைட், வாட் இஸ் த காம்போசிஷன் யூ நீட் டு ஐடென்டிஃபை. ஃபார் தட் யூ பாஸ் எக்ஸ்ரேஸ் இன் ஆல் 365 degrees. In all 365 degrees you get some output. All these outputs are added together and from that you do a processing and you get back your original composition. This method is called as back projection filtering method. By this method you will be able to identify what is the actual composition of your body. Okay, so that's what happens in a CT scan. Okay, so this is how your CT scan works. Okay, so our original block diagram of your CT scan will something look like this. So you'll have a gantry, and you'll have a X-ray tube. You'll have a X-ray tube which is going to rotate. Okay, this X-ray tube will be rotating along this axis, and throughout this axis you will have a line of X-ray detectors. You will have X-ray detectors. Okay, so you require some controls. So all these mechanism, whatever be the output of your detector, you're going to give it to a computer, because the computer is going to take care of all the projections and all the aspects. From computer you're going to have something called as a display, which is going to process the image, and final display is going to be displayed. And it also has controls. For example, this particular tube, okay, the X-ray tube which is rotating, so X-ray tube position control, tube position control. Okay, you'll have a tube position control which is controlled by your computer. The tube position control, detector output control, the gantry is controlled. Again, production of X-ray is also controlled. For production of X-rays you have kilovolt plus milliampere control. Kilovolt plus milliampere control. Again, this is controlled by your computer. Okay, and whatever be the detector output you're getting. Okay, so these detector output, you identify the different projections, you apply a transform. Okay, you apply a transform, and from that you get back your original thing and you convert that into an image. Okay, so this is your complete block diagram of your CT scanner. Okay, fine. So that's about CT scanner. So next we'll see about